Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a psychic celebrity reading on Miss Jennifer Aniston. This has been requested before by a lot of viewers, so I'm going to go ahead and see what I get for the remaining of 2018 and beyond for Miss Aniston. What I see, for her career, her love life, and other things that may come up in this reading. So as I tune into her soul, she's a very strong woman. I immediately get she's very strong, very opinionated. She's not the type to be a pushover. She has a spine, and she is very vocal about it, and I feel like she's very well respected in her acting life, and she established herself, for people that would be tuning in who don't know who Jennifer Aniston is. She is an actress. She was part of the series Friends, the show Friends, which was on air for many seasons, and then she did a lot of acting, and she continues to do acting in Hollywood. So she is an overall, very popular and very well known. She's also been known for her hairstyles. She was a trendsetter back then, and I believe she still is, and then you may know her from the Aveeno ads, or commercials, TV commercials for Aveeno lotion. She's done some of those before, so it's not a place that you haven't really seen Jennifer Aniston in. So when I get into her and her energy and what I see right now, I see her working very hard on her career. I feel like there is a lot of focus on her love life, and a lot of people that are fans or that would be tuning in would like to know, exactly what went wrong with her relationship with Justin Theroux, and what went wrong with the relationship with Brad Pitt, and how she still feels about both of them. So I'll be going into that in just a minute. But I wanted to take some time to kind of focus on her career and what I see as far as her life is concerned. So I see her working hard right now. I feel like this month of September that's coming up is going to be very busy for her. I'm doing this reading August of 2018. So in September, I feel like it's going to be continue to be busy for her. A lot of traveling, a lot of planning. I feel like her days when she wakes up, she's very dedicated, and she has she adheres to like a very strict schedule. So I don't feel like her days are, she just gets up and does whatever she wants. No, it's like very, workout and then makeup and then photo shoot, or, whatever project she's working on, some reading of, practicing the scripts. And then, she has to go and eat at a certain time. She may have a function at this time, or meet with her friends. So I feel like she has, this level of pressure that she always has put on herself, and she's worked extremely hard in her career, and she is successful, and not many actresses out there in Hollywood can say that that they have that level of success that Jennifer has. So I feel like her work does take precedence over every aspect of her life. She's very, like I said, dedicated, and ultimately I feel like she does want to eventually, like, just be out of the spotlight, not leave acting completely, but kind of keep it more on the down low. There's a lot of paparazzi that's always chasing her, wanting to know, and she's done a good job, when it comes to her personal life and her love life, to keep that out of the spotlight. But I just feel like, they're always trying to find out, what is going on, what's next, what's happening. So I also, when I get into her energy, I feel like she has this drive to always stay young, and preserve her body. So she takes good care of her health. I feel like, she's very active, and just, always working out, always hydrating herself. It's very important. I don't feel like, a lot of people would think she went under the knife, or she's had medical procedures, but I don't feel like Jennifer has gone that route. I feel like she's been, pretty authentic to herself. And even if she did, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, I don't see that she would have gone, through the knife or anything else, whether she does that later on, to kind of do some enhancements here and there. That's a possibility, but I don't feel like she traditionally wants to go that route. She's combating aging, and she's aging very gracefully, I might say, because she doesn't look her age at all. She looks like she's in her mid 30s, and I've seen some people around her age that look, a little different. They look older, than their age. So she's really, taking good care of herself. So what I get around her, for the next year or so, is she's going to continue to be doing projects, but I also feel like she's going to take some time for herself. I feel like there's a sabbatical, there's this, this respite that she's taking, whether it's taken in weeks at a time or months at a time, because her schedule, like I said, there's a lot of demands, a lot of post filming and filming that would probably prevent her from, taking a whole 2 months off or 3 months. That probably would be impossible, but I do feel like she's going to ultimately take some respite for herself. I also feel like within 7 months from now, from this reading, she is going to be going through like a spiritual cycle where she's very spiritual as it is already, but I feel like she's going to be kind of more in tune to herself and what she likes to do, and kind of, really relaxing a little bit more, because I get her energy is very tense and intense, and I feel it's like because she is immersed in that public spotlight and she's around actors and actresses, that she kind of comes off kind of intense, but ultimately she's funny. She likes to crack jokes. She's very down to earth and grounded. But I feel like she's going through this cycle, and it's like for everyone that would be listening to this, wherever you're at in your life, we all go through these, where we have our own insecurities, our thoughts, get misconstrued. There's things that perhaps that we're thinking on, and overstressing about. So this is what I feel like she's going to be going through over the next 7 months, really evaluating her career, what she wants to do next, any endorsements, sponsorships, things that she has lined up. She's just kind of like determining what she wants to renew as far as contracts, what she wants to do. And I feel like there's a lot of also of her, really getting into possibly a new relationship with someone, or rekindling something. So I feel like I'll be getting into that in just a moment. So yeah, there's a lot of focus on this. And I feel like also, she is going to be coming out publicly. I feel like, she does suffer from depression. I don't know if she's spoken about this before, but I do pick up she does have depression. I mean, most of us do, everybody that would be listening, we're all human. We all go through it at one point at a time. But I feel like she, really fights that depression, and she really finds in ways a way to channel that energy into something positive for her life. Otherwise, it would dominate her and she wouldn't be able to function. But I do get like she is very aware of who she is, and there's a lot of of love and protection from a higher power around her. When I say higher power, I mean God. I mean the great spirit, however you want to refer to it. But there is a higher power that is protecting her and guiding her in every life decision that she has. So let me go ahead and get into her relationships. And I'm going to be covering this very respectfully, so I have a lot of respect for Miss Aniston. Um, so as we get into the relationship, the most recent one, which was with Justin Thoreau, a very handsome guy, and they made a beautiful couple. I just feel like his ideals of what he wanted was a lot different than her. She's a lot more mature at the soul level, and I feel like she has all her goals and she's accomplished a lot more than perhaps Justin has. But Justin, stands on his own as himself. But I feel like in the relationship, he has always been almost the type of guy that promiscuity is there, and he does love, women. And so I feel like there would have been some, some aspects in the relationship that maybe were not brought to the focus or to the forefront of the public eye, but something that Jennifer would have seen and observed. And so I feel like this is where there was problems. And I feel like, when it comes to Justin, that he does feel very trapped. He felt kind of trapped in the relationship. And not so much that, she was, the kind of person that, would feel like she was, controlling him or trying to mold him into something. But I feel like he just felt like, maybe they were moving a little too fast as well. And this is what kind of left. I feel like they're amicable and they're good friends. That's the kind of relationship that I get right now. I do feel like he does miss her. And I feel like, he's going through his own personal demons, his own personal, problems in his own love life. But I feel like ultimately that these two were not going to be destined to be together for a long period of time. And this is what prompted the the separation. And a lot of people have speculated whether or not, Jennifer Aniston will have kids. Not everybody that comes into this world gets married, and not everyone that comes into this world has children. Um, Jennifer would not be the first one, but since she's a female, she is in the public spotlight. There's a lot of people who, that just want to comment and be ugly, that, oh, well, she doesn't want kids, she's being selfish, or, oh, but we don't really know the true story. Only God knows the true story. I'm a psychic, I don't know everything, and I admit that. What I do here is to give messages from my spirit guides that I know, what I see, and what I hear, but I'm not here to pretend to be play God, or that I know everything, because I don't. Only what spirit allows and reveals to me. And so, with her, I'm not going to sit here and judge her and say, why she doesn't want to have kids. I respect her privacy. I do feel, though, that her life path, wasn't to have children. Whether, she, her spouse, her next partner, or whoever it would be, would have children of their own, then that would be her children as well, in a certain way. But I just don't feel like, her life path, the way that she came into this world, her life path would be to have children. And again, I feel like this is just how she chose her blueprint, her soul's blueprint. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people, like I said, that are males and they've been married with, females, and they never had, any children. And then there's same-sex couples and they've never had children at all. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, I feel like, in time, she may consider it, but I really don't see that that's the path that she really wants to take. And it's not because she's being selfish, but because I feel like to a certain extent, there may be some medical issues as well. But also I feel like that she's the type of person that she is in a career that's ever so fast and ever moving. And so she wants to dedicate time to her family, if she was to have some children. And I feel like she knows that if she did have children, she would have to put her career on hold to a certain extent. And then at a certain extent also, she would not be able to be there all the time if she chose to balance out, her acting life and being a mother. So there's a lot of, different aspects. But ultimately, I feel like between Justin and her, there was a lot of different issues that came up after they got together, and just discovering more about who this person is. And I feel like there was a lot of things that were hidden by Justin that came out to the light, and Jennifer saw it and she really didn't like it. But yeah, that's what I see with that. Now, with her relationship with with Brad Pitt, those two were like a power couple. And I think a lot of people didn't want them to separate, and they took it kind of hard when they both separated. But I feel like, she also has love for Brad still, and I feel like, she does reach out to him as a friend, and they are in communication. And I feel like this is something that may have irked Brad and Angelina and Brad. Oh, Angelina, when she was with Brad. But I feel like, even though, it's been years and years since they've been together, they still love each other, and I feel like she has love for them. Actually, I feel like Brad Pitt was her soulmate, but we can have more than one soulmate, and I feel like Justin is her twin flame. So there's a lot of different similarities. The thing is with twin flames, like I said, there's so much similarities that eventually, one of the twins walks away, and it becomes this chase and running and chasing type of game. And I feel like that's what kind of happened with Justin being her twin flame. With Brad Pitt, that was her soulmate, and I feel like, even though we can have more than one soulmate, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to spend our entire life with a soulmate. And I feel like they had some kind of, unspoken understanding, and they loved each other completely. But I feel like they eventually drew apart due to the careers and due to behaviors that they both would have had, and arguments and things. People, when you're a celebrity and you're in the spotlight, behind the scenes, there's a lot of things that go on. There's a lot of other celebrities that come in the mix, and they try to flirt with your partner, or they will do things that kind of no that are disrespectful and kind of irk you. But being that they are both public celebrities, in the public spotlight, they kind of had to put those feelings aside and understand that's the line of work that they're in. That's flirting is going to be common. It's going to be something that happens, and not to be controlling or possessive, because nobody, I think that was the major lesson here for Jennifer and for Brad, that, for them to learn that they are not items, that they can own each other. And basically, we don't own each other in this life. Nobody owns somebody. We have to allow them to be free and be who they are and be expressive. But ultimately, I feel like, they always will have this unspoken love for each other. And I feel like that kind of bothered Angelina Jolie a little bit when she got together with Brad Pitt. Because like I said, I feel like they still are amicable and still friends. But as far as her love life is concerned, what I see right now is a lot of hope, a lot of light. She may move on to someone else, someone new. There was speculation that she was with Adam Sandler, I believe, holding hands or whatever. But I don't feel like she's ready to go into another relationship. She's very much career focused, and if it does happen, we probably won't know in the spotlight until way after. She, like I said, she's like a chameleon. She's very smart. She keeps things very privately, and she has all her rights to do so, because she is human, and we shouldn't be, no one, should have, that much access to anyone's private life. We kind of have to respect that. So I just feel like right now, she is waiting patiently for, the next move that she's going to make. But I do feel like there is a new cycle that she's entering over the next year. And what I feel is this is going to entail is that basically she is moving on into a relationship with someone else. I feel like he is an actor as well, and I feel like he is someone that she'll love his personality and whatnot. But I feel like Justin has some thoughts still that there's possibilities that she'll come back to him, or that she, they can be a couple again. But I feel like, for the most part, I feel like that chapter has ended, in many ways. But yeah, she is entering a new phase, and I feel like now she's going to, be more vocal about certain issues that she's against and doesn't stand for, and just use her platform to really kind of, help other actresses and actors that are budding and maybe coming into the spotlight. So it wouldn't surprise me, down the road she would become like an acting coach, or someone that, kind of mentors younger actresses and actors out there in Hollywood. So yeah, I feel like the sky's the limit when it comes to Jennifer Aniston, and she'll always, be known for her blue eyes, and her, just her looks. She's so youthful. So yeah, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you did like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you would like to set up a private reading with me, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day.